Chief Medical Contributor Dr. Ryan Stanton is checking in from Washington, D.C.
This morning, he's once again focusing on past presidents and their medical history. All right, Doc, thanks so much for joining us from our nation's capital. President John F. Kennedy, all right, he also suffered from a secret illness. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so JFK was actually one of the most interesting because he likely would have struggled to complete his presidency had it not been for November 22nd, 1962. And so he actually suffered from a couple of things. One is called Addison's disease, which has to do with our adrenal glands. That's one that can be quite dangerous and makes it to where we can't really respond to a lot of external stressors and infections. But also, he had almost debilitating back-related issues. And actually, he was known even then to be getting pretty significant amounts of steroid injections to help with his back pain. So he was somebody that even during his entire presidency, really struggled with his health and wellness.
President William Henry Harrison, Doc, had the shortest term of all U.S. presidents. Very interesting story. Give us the details.
Interestingly, this is the one that people thought that he got pneumonia because of his speech, because at that point, they gave the speech in January, his inaugural speech, and he spoke for hours. Thank you for not inviting me to that one. But he spoke for hours. And the issue was they thought he got pneumonia from that. But actually, what historians are saying now is that he actually died from a severe gastrointestinal infection from the water of the White House. So contaminated water of the White House. His 1841 address didn't help him out, but the water of the White House itself made it worse. So he ended up with a GI infection and died from that. So yes, our shortest president only lived for a few weeks after being inaugurated. Yeah, short term there for Harrison.
And they talked about maybe he was eating cherries and that had something to do with it. But I guess it's more about the water than the cherries, right?
It's probably a little bit of everything, like anything with fruit, and especially any type of fruit with a skin on it. The external contamination from the skin is something that's significant as well. So when we travel outside the United States to third world countries, you don't want to eat a fruit that's got a skin on it. You want something that can be peeled because of the potential external contamination. And that's where a lot of the contamination or recalls we see now in the United States are because that external contamination of, say, lettuce or fruits or whatever it may be.
You know what? I really thought it was the jacket and the pneumonia. You learn something new every single day. All right, Dr.
Yeah,
Stanton.
same.
Enjoy your time in D.C. in our nation's capital.